Well, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Coffee with Billy and Bear.
Yes, got my coffee today. Cheers.
Yeah, we are always happy to join you and just for a few minutes
Hmm.
and pass along some of our discussions and our thoughts so that it might help you. And you
Exactly.
could pass it along to people that you care about. So, Billy and I just try and do this every so often.
Yeah, yeah,
And
we feel
we have
closer.
fun. We have a lot of fun doing it. And Donna is sitting over there on the couch. She's our the cheerers. If you hear some clap, 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 or some
Our ching
boos,
section. She'll give us her two
yeah,
cents.
she's the peanut gallery.
That's funny.
But anyway, so what are you thinking?
Yeah, well, I love how, whatever we talk about usually, a lot of other people are talking. There's
Yeah,
that consciousness, mass consciousness we all kind of tap into anyway that kind of influences our thoughts. So you were just sharing, how you normally do when you wake up in the morning, you always ask higher self, what do I need to know today?
yeah.
And what did you get today?
Well, this morning I got, am I living on the inside or the outside? And that was the message that I got because I always ask, what do I need to know today? And it could be a word, it could be just a feeling, it could be something. Well, this is what I got. Am I living on the inside or the outside? So the more I thought about that, it's sort of like to have your inside clothes on or to your outside clothes. But when you're living on the inside, the way I interpreted that was we're living through our heart and our soul, um, through our intuition. When we're living on the outside, we're being affected by outside events,
Mhm.
outside attitudes, feelings. And when we're living from the inside, we have control. We have it's a heart-centered feeling. That's where our intuition, our love is at, and it's where our peace is at. Quite frankly,
Mhm.
um, I know we sometimes depend upon the outside things to affect our inside, like going on a walk and things like that in nature, and all that is good. But ultimately, it is our inside.
Yes, yes. Ultimately, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that right there. Boom. That's good.
yeah,
Okay, we're done. No, but yeah, because we've kind of been trained to, hmm, first of all, be up here instead
yeah.
of in here. So they're already, and our mind is always, if you listen to the ego mind, you're always hearing all the reasons why things don't work and, what's wrong with you, the lack, all that stuff is there. And so we've kind of been trained to always look outside of us
Hmm.
to fill the inside, right?
Yeah.
But what you're saying, which makes sense, is because we're so used to that, or we live in inside or outside, it's more like since we're so used to looking outside of us, we tend to now react to things,
Yes.
right? And that's
Yes.
that's kind of the point you're trying to make. So
Right.
either we're reacting to outside sensory, what somebody said, what somebody did, that kind of thing, or is this thing coming from in here that the soul, who I
Yeah.
am, is
Yeah.
creating at this moment. So if it feels bad, it's not going to be in here. If it feels bad, it's probably because you're thinking about it, the lack, the whatever negative aspect, and you're just strictly responding to
Yeah.
outside forces.
It's sort of like closing the door of your house.
Mm.
You know, your house is your center, it's your heart, it's your soul, but things are going on outside of the house. Well, you can open the front door and let all of that affect you, or you can just simply close the door and examine your heart and what are my thoughts about all this. The beauty of that, as I was thinking about it this morning, is it's so simple. It's to just, you can be aware of your thoughts so quickly and so easy. Like, am I thinking outside of myself or am I thinking within myself? Which is where my heart and my intuition is. And, I saw a post on Facebook this morning. My friend Dennis Holden, well, you know Dennis too,
Hmm.
posted a thing, and I don't have it exactly, but it was essentially letting outside things affect you, like anger. You're angry at something that's going on outside of your home. It could be neighbors or who knows what it is. But they're not being affected. You're the one that is being affected. You're the one taking on the emotions of anger. So you're only hurting yourself. And I think the phrase was used, well, if you drink poison, the thing that's poisonous outside of you, and you're taking those emotions inside, you're drinking the poison. The person or event outside of you isn't being affected. You're the one that is bringing it upon yourself. So when you think of the inside, you think, why am I doing this to myself? It's not my heart. My heart is love.
Yeah.
My heart is not anger. My heart is not retribution. If somebody says something about you, that's their issue. It's not mine. So I don't know. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Oh, totally, totally. No, that's really good. Yeah, I was thinking something too, and I just kind of went in and went out again. Um, let's see. So,
Children, this happens with children a lot.
yeah, yeah.
They come home and they're affected by so many things that happen outside of them, outside of their home, and it bothers them. Now, I understand with a young child, this concept of outside inside thinking, it may take a while for them to understand that, but our thinking doesn't have to be that way. I mean, I go through this stuff for what's going on out in the world because I follow the news real closely. I can apply that to that. Where
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm letting something going on in Washington really affect me, which it sometimes
It
does,
does. Yeah.
I have to say to myself, well, that's outside thinking.
That's really powerful,
Yeah.
and I think most of us fall into that place of, like you give the example, taking on the anger. Um, when you study the deeper mind and how it all works, there's a lot of entrainment that happens. We hear nowadays in our awakening, our evolving, expanded consciousness, and
Yeah.
that we're really all connected, we're really all one.
Hmm.
So a lot of what filters through our mind and head is, I believe, is we're also picking up on parts of some of the mass consciousness thoughts,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
politics, the fear, the whatever,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Yeah. But then the aspect which is so powerful is that, where now if you know this and you're aware of it, and you can say, okay, well, if this doesn't feel good, and look at this thought, and like you said, that other person's probably going about their business and
Yeah.
they're fine, but it's still bothering you, and that is toxic. This is where now you can say, okay, I picked up now, or I tapped in, or I allowed this part of the consciousness to be within me. But you can now take that breath, stop, and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to filter this thought through my heart,
Yeah.
and then I feel like not only are you able to transform the energy here and realize, okay, well, the true me is love, and you can soften. I mean, you can literally feel the transformation happen.
Yes.
And I think one step further is that when you do it for you, because we're all connected, and even if you just picked it up from out there and it triggered something in you, when you do the work of transforming it back into love, you also affect the mass consciousness.
Absolutely.
And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Good
just
stuff.
thought we would pass it along today. And
Yeah.
anything else you want to add?
Well, should we just do like a quick visualization
Sure.
on that?
Sure. I'll turn that over to you. You're
Yeah,
you're
okay.
good at that.
So just imagine, because I'm sure just hearing those words, you also think of, oh, well, I just had a conversation. So whenever you hear people talk, it automatically is a mirror and it triggers stuff. So whoever's listening and watching, so just kind of let all that settle a little bit. Take a little breath, ground yourself. Take a few nice deep breaths, because I know there's a lot of excitement when we begin to talk, so I have to settle that down for a second. But just take a breath and allow yourself to go into your heart space. Even imagine that you could literally breathe into your heart and breathe out of your heart, breathing in love and light, and exhaling love and light, and letting letting the energy come back to love, to the truth of who you are. And so, whether you have something that's going on in your life right now, or you're picking something in general that's, happens outside of you, imagine for a moment to take this one thing that might pop in for you and literally placing it into your heart center and allowing yourself to process it through the heart. Really imagine that this thing, this topic, whatever it is you would like to transform, just placing it in that space of love from the higher self and letting that love just dissolve anything that no longer serves you or the situation, releasing any cords or attachment to outcome, whatever it is, so that you can stay in your heart space. And in your heart space is where you are present. This is your point of power. So just send love to that. If it's a group of people, send love to the group of people. If it's a situation, send love to that situation. And then just let it unfold. Your intention is more powerful than anything. So let us intend that we all feel that peace, feel the transforming energies, calling more peace to us, more love. Let us all be more tuned in to our inner world so that we can powerfully affect and change our outer world. And when you're ready, just bring yourself back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
You are so good at that. I tell you, I just, that's a gift. Billy, that definitely has a gift.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I think we all can do that. So.
Yeah. Well,
Just take
anyway, you all have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our cup of coffee together and maybe give you something to think about and even share if you want. So thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Darla.
Thank you. Keep living from the inside out, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
All right. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.